Hi. So, welcome to another episode of Talking and Real Talk. Today, I was not really supposed to make any sort of talking video, but it just uh, occurred in my mind, and lately, I've been having a lot of thoughts. Like in your life, when you go through a lot of episodes, hurt, deceiving, or maybe something that seems of deceiving to you is not even deceiving. It's some sort of negligence that you have received from someone, and in a way, it seems like you have been deceived. But yeah, things don't go your way. You do not accept it to be in your way, or the least, you do not even expect that this is how I designed my fate. This is how I thought the future would be. And sometimes, your intrusive thoughts or your some sort of intuition that you have in your mind, intuition that you do want to have is a bad kind of intuition. It just comes to your mind and it turns into a reality. And that's when you're like, boom, I thought that this would happen. And it happened. And that's when you're like, I wish I manifested better things. These are just like random thoughts that have been going in my mind lately. Because, like when things do not go your way, human beings tend to think that maybe the way I designed to think things, that could be one of the reason that things are happening in that order or nature. So I think, yeah, that's my recent realization. There's this beautiful book that I go on recommending every person that I have a deep conversation with. It's a book called Secret by Rhonda Byers, if I'm not wrong. Forgive me if I spell that name wrong, but the name of the book is Secret. It's kind of like a brownish cover with a red seal on it, written as Secret. It's a beautiful book. Um, a book that I wouldn't generally advise to hardcore atheist people who don't even believe in any sort of supernatural or universal powers or anything related to God. I wouldn't really recommend that to you, this kind of this other of set of people. But it's a wonderful book. It can really change your life to a course, for people who actually believe in manifestation, supernatural powers, and the magical way of universe working and colliding. So I mean, if you just put your thought, even if you don't believe in God, if you just put your thought and you think this way, that everything that around us, the plants, the nature, the air, the water, the elements, they did not just happen to come one natural day. They just did not just happen, right? Everything is designed. Every course of action, everything that we make has been designed by us human being. Who do you think created us? Maybe no one. Maybe it was just implemented and it just happened. So yeah, I believe in super high order of power. Something just because we haven't seen, we haven't felt, we haven't experienced, does not give us the right to say that it does not exist. So yeah, it's a beautiful book, must read, and the main genre of that book is the power of manifestation. So I think that book kind of helped me a lot in my life, but also human tend to think the negative way more. I have in my recent experience, and in my 23 years of experience, I mean, talking in human age, um, I really think that we tend to really underestimate the power of supernatural and the magical work of universe. We tend to underestimate a lot of things the things that we experience, the things that are just happening right in front of our eyes, and we are seeing that, this is how things are happening. So, long story short, what I was intending to say is that what you think and how you believe in it and how you design your future is really going to impact your future. So, whatever that you're thinking at the moment, honestly, it is gonna happen because you're putting so much energy and so much thought onto it. I do believe that it is gonna happen. So, yeah. So, negative is not the key. Sometimes when we manifest, we say, in that book, this was written that when we want to score really good marks in our subjects, I'm talking about academics, we usually say that I do not want to score bad marks. So you see, there's a big amount of negativity in that sentence itself. I mean, you're saying, I do not want to score bad marks. You're saying the word bad marks. You're saying do not. So it really matters how you say things. So when you say that I intend to score good marks in my upcoming exam, so there's a big chunk amount of difference what you just said versus what you were saying before. So the things the in the order that you say, the order that you manifest really matters. I myself happen to accidentally, I don't think accidentally, I think it's just by default, by nature, we human beings tend to take things for a lot of granted, and we are like, anything bad happens, we're like, oh my god, I don't deserve to be in this world, I'm shit, I'm trash, I'm sorry for the wrong words, sorry for the language, but it's just a very natural feeling. Every time someone treats us wrong, we treat ourselves wrong. We think that partly it is our fault. Maybe it was never our fault. Maybe it's just their way of behaving, it's just their way of taking decisions, taking actions. All we had to do was that, you know what, you are behaving this way, this is your course of actions, and this is my set of action. Just because you loved someone and that person doesn't love you back, there's no amount of inferiority, or you do not lack in anything, honey. Like, honestly, brutally, I'm gonna tell you, when you don't get the love or the amount of energy or the amount of care that you're giving and it doesn't get reciprocated, it doesn't mean that you're not a good human being or you don't deserve love. But we human being, we tend to often think that way. We think that maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I said something wrong. Maybe I behaved something wrong. Maybe if this is the way I did things, he would have stayed longer in my life. She would have stayed longer. She would have chatted with me longer. I tried to initiate a conversation. She left. Han, she just left because she simply did not seem interested. Maybe her interest lies somewhere else. Maybe she's gonna vibe or she's gonna have a high frequency with someone else. And often it happens, you're gonna have the most beautiful day of your life with a person, but that person won't stick around for a long time. It doesn't mean that just because you had one beautiful day, there is a commitment that you will have the upcoming days as beautiful as well. So, this is what I am trying to convey, and I'm trying to convey to myself for the past few days because things happen, and we blame ourselves, we curse ourselves, we're like, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I am, maybe I will never get someone in my life, maybe I'll never have, like, oh my god, I'm saying those things, it's like I'm like so universally connected, I feel like I shouldn't even say these things. So what I feel like, how you say things is really going to impact your life and it really going to impact your future. So we should be really careful about what we say, how we say. I know it's difficult. It can be not a piece of cake. It can be quite a task when you are going through so many hurtful emotions, when the world seemed to have just turned its back on you. You feel like it has turned its back. There are people around you who are going to warm a bowl of soup and feed it to you, put it near you, and tell you, please eat. You haven't been eating for days. You have been sulking for someone who doesn't even care if you're alive or not. Maybe they do care, but maybe they care in silence. And yeah, that's what that is what life is, a sort I don't want to say unfair. Life doesn't always go the way you design it or you fate it to go. Certain things are going to be against you because it wants to kind of go around and poke your nose and teach you a lesson. So these lessons are really important. I wish all my people who are listening to me all the very, very good blessings and good manifestation, that if you go through these emotions, these hurtful behavior, or someone that you loved, you cared for so much, and you long to be just a part of this person's life, even although this person is not committing or giving you a fulfillment of anything, you just want to be there in that person's life, just check on that person. If that person ate, if that person is happy, if that person is not doing fine, then would that person be up for a call with you? Why would he or she want to talk to you when he or she is not fine? So, yeah, too much of expectation leads to disappointment as well. So, I would say that, like Kendall Jenner said, I don't chase, I attract. For some people, that statement might come up as a very superior, very high society statement. There is nothing wrong in giving all yourself, presenting all yourself to a person when you're genuinely in love. But sometimes, honey, you just lose yourself in the process. You get so consumed by this person. You just give, you just give, you just give, you keep on giving and giving and giving and giving. You just think that it's okay, no matter, I'm here to give, so it doesn't matter if I get or not. And then you just completely lose your entire personality. The girl who used to paint, who used to crochet, who used to invest at least 10 minutes of her time learning a new language, or hopping onto a new lyrics of a song because she loves to sing and she would love to play an instrument, is now completely giving all her time to that one person because she's so excited to have this person in her life. You just have to see, honey, that person doing the same? Is that person reciprocating the same amount of excitement? Is that person telling you that gotta go, it's been 1 hour of threshold? How do you feel? Don't you feel like complete hopeless? At that time, you just question yourself. Oh my god, I feel stupid all of a sudden. Maybe you don't have to feel stupid. Sometimes you just do things because you know. I have heard my friends saying that love is stupid. Love is not stupid. Love is selfless. You do sometimes you just get out of your comfort zone and you do so much. You provide so much because you think that you'll get it in return. Again, human tendency to get anything in return. We don't think of it naturally or directly, but we expect. We somewhere in that corner part of our heart, we always are expecting that. I want a bowl of soup. Maybe when I am sick, this person's got to do the same for me. Because when I was there in his need, he'll be there in my need. Maybe he might be busy on a meeting or something. He'll be there. Okay, God, my calendar is all blocked. Sorry, God, I gotta go. So doesn't mean that person hates you or doesn't love you or doesn't care enough for you. Maybe that person's priorities are different. Your priorities are different. So you attain a lot of peace in your life when you stop seeing or picturing the world in others, in your views. Because I did this, he should do this. Because I believed in this, he should believe it. So yeah. Well, my last video was forgive and forget. Because there is a different sort of joy and peace in forgiving. I'm not saying completely forget, learn the lesson and move on, but forget in order to give yourself the peace, the dignity that my personality or my self value doesn't revolve around a person. It is about me. I'm so gifted to be part of this world when half of the people almost die in the verge of either getting birthed or doesn't even win the race of production. I'm talking about biology, pure biology here. But we are so lucky sometimes to, see everything around us, these lights, these walls, this beautiful painting behind me. I'm looking at my hair, I'm looking at my cheeks, I'm looking at my lips, I'm looking at my nails. I'm so glad that I'm born as a woman and I can invest in myself to be more prettier, wiser, smarter, educated. So many things you gotta do. Why would you want to end it? Why not improve and do better? Show everyone that what you're capable of, because you can do it, honey. Anyone can, everybody can. That's all. I love you guys. I'll always keep coming back and chirping, and yeah, until I come back again and talk to you guys. Love and blessings. Take care.